Third Love. Hey everyone, Alison here. This week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex is brought to you by Third Love. Put fit first with Third Love. Third Love uses real women's measurements to create bras that fit better. Available in sizes AA through G, as well as their exclusive half cup sizes. Ooh. Try one of Third Love's 24/7 bras free for 30 days. If it's not your new favorite, return or exchange it for free. Go to thirdlove.com/happy hour now and try Third Love free for 30 days. That is thirdlove.com/happy hour. You are welcome, ladies.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. For the next half an hour-ish, we will be sipping some booze and spitting some news. By the way, that was a very sort of like...
That was my spit noise.
Low...
What?
Like super mellow and
intro.
I
know.
Very
because
cool.
Normally you intro it like we're on some old-timey radio show.
Hello, everybody. Speaking of old-timey radio, the oldie-timiest of all the radio engineers in the history of podcasting, Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Hey.
How are you, Tom Gore?
The oldie-timiest.
I like that that's become Tom's slogan. Hey.
Hey.
It's quick. It's simple. It says everything about me.
It says everything about me.
I want to be the Fonz.
Hello,
Hey.
hello, gentlemen.
How are you guys?
Guys,
Yeah?
I'm convinced that things happen to me in my life
Oh my God, I love
solely so I can
Talk about them
talk
on the
about
show.
them on the show and teach other people.
We're okay with that.
Okay, yeah,
I know.
I think everybody else is okay with that too. So what happened this week?
Okay, so first off, we all know the world is going to shit, right?
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God.
I
Like, full
legitimately
on.
feel like we are in the end days right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My parents had to evacuate Hilton Head
Oh, they
again.
did?
This is the second time in a
Oh
year.
wow, right, okay.
Yeah.
Because is that Irma, which is the
Irma
path
is coming through.
Which one of the
I know,
five
exactly.
hurricanes that are currently?
Yeah, so I mean, by the time this episode airs, I think Hilton Head will have been hit.
Okay.
Jeez.
I think it gets hit. Oh, maybe it actually doesn't get hit till Monday or Tuesday. So it's when this comes out.
I will tell you one of the things that's the most confusing
Right.
about all the information is
Yeah.
I don't really know how long it takes a hurricane to go do its
right,
thing.
exactly.
It's like I just hear a hurricane's coming and I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, pictures of disaster. And I was like,
Yeah.
oof, that was bad.
Yeah.
We're still getting fucked. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How
How
what?
long does this last?
And then you're
Yeah.
like with Hilton Head, it's like, yeah, maybe like Monday, Tuesday, they get hit. I was
Right.
like, so it's like a week of shit
crazy?
storm.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. The good news about this one is that it's not. You know what happened last time was that the winds were so high that hundreds of thousands of trees were torn up, and that's
Right.
how they lost the back room of the house.
Oh, right.
This time it's not the winds that's a concern, it's a storm surge, and they're
Ooh.
estimating that it will rise to 9 feet above sea level. My
Jesus.
parents' house is 14 feet above sea level.
Oh.
So there's some
Hey,
some room.
There you
There's
go.
some room.
Wiggle room for extra.
Yeah, but again,
So
this
that's
is just like the estimate.
7 feet. I'm just kidding. It's
Yeah.
five.
It's five. It's 5 feet.
Yeah. I just was
I'm taller than what the break level is.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's so funny how my parents react to this completely differently. Like I talked to my parents a few days ago when they weren't sure if they had to evacuate, but they were getting ready to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, we're getting ready. You know, it's like, what else can we do?" He's like, "I'm just kind of excited because they go to Columbia, South Carolina,
yeah.
like on their regular basis. They got a
Amazing.
reservation at the same hotel and everything." And he's like, "There's a really cheap liquor store in Columbia where I get to pick up a case of Bacardi on the way home." And I'm like,
Amazing.
So my dad's talking about that. Meanwhile, my mother cannot say more than 2 words at a time. She's so upset about it.
Amazing.
And I'm like, "Mom, there's no point in worrying right now. You just
Yeah.
do what you have to do. You don't know what's going to happen." But
Yeah.
she doesn't operate like that. So when they finally got to Columbia yesterday, I was talking to my dad. I was like, "How's Mom doing?" And he's like, "She's good. She's on her second glass of wine." I was like, all right. So that's one thing.
There's more.
Oh, there's all sorts of
Oh,
stuff.
wow. Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff. So Monday, last Monday, which was Labor Day,
Oh yeah.
which was Labor Day,
I saw you guys.
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
right?
What?
We saw
No.
you guys
We
for
saw
the
each other.
game night.
That was
after
Tuesday.
Yeah, after Labor
Yeah,
Day.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Monday.
So post, Monday.
Right. I got an email that
Oh, no.
at first look was like, "This is spam." And then I was reading it and I was like, "This looks like really good spam." This is what I briefly told you guys about. And it was from the California government. And it was from like the victim's notification system or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, here's your case number. And I'm like, my fucking case? What the fuck am I a victim of? Like, what is this?
Yeah. You're like,
And
I don't
and it
remember
lists this,
being
like,
a victim.
Lead prosecutor, and you have to go to this website to verify your email. And I was about to do that, and then I was like, I need to make sure that this is real before I'm going to some site. I mean, it was a .gov site, but it also listed phone numbers, and of course, I called the phone numbers on Monday, and they were
closed.
Closed.
Yeah.
But that was the weird thing. I was like, if this is actually from the government, why am I getting an email on a Monday?
Yeah.
On Labor Day, on a government
Right.
holiday.
Some guy went into work. It's like, I want to make time and a half.
Right.
Yeah. Bang.
So
emails.
anyway, I did on Tuesday. I called that number and I actually spoke to them, and they were like, I was like, I just need to make sure that this is real and that this isn't like really good spam.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no, we actually get calls like that all the time. He's like, this is the system. And I was like, why did I get the email on a government holiday?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, our system's automated. He's like, when these things are inputted, they are purposely put on a few day delay. He's like, yours was probably inputted on Friday and
Got
it just automatically. And I was like, all right. Anyway, he was able to tell me that what this whole thing was about, because I was like, what am I a victim of?
Yeah.
It's from my identity theft case over a year ago.
The Ohio
Yes.
guys?
Apparently, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Macy's card was open. or something,
Macy's
right?
and Home Depot, and they bought shit on my Verizon account and things like that.
Oh, right. The extra phones.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah, exactly. So apparently it's still in the police system and people are still looking into it. I was like almost a year and a half later.
Nice to
Not a
know.
year later.
But is there, like, was there movement? Like, have they found the people? Or is
the
it
guy
just
told
like...
me? He's like, all I can tell you is that they haven't found who did it yet. And I'm like, well, then what is the point of this? But I guess it's just to get all the verification.
They just want to make sure your contact
going.
information is up.
Right.
In case they catch them.
But then think about it. Like, literally the next day is when this huge Equifax
Yeah.
Oh,
hack
yeah.
is announced. And I'm like, Jesus.
175 million.
I know. And again, I'm like, everyone out there, get protectmyid.com. I mean, admittedly, I think
that's funny.
protectmyid.com is actually run by Equifax, but still, you do it and you put the right alerts on your account. So even if people have your information, the moment anything's going to happen to your stuff, you'll still get alerted.
Yeah,
by
that
it.
something's happening.
So then Friday in the mail, I actually get the letter from the California government that says the same exact thing that was in that email. So that's when I was like, okay, so this is
funny.
legit.
Yeah.
Then Friday afternoon at like 4:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
My phone starts ringing off the hook. All different numbers, all not numbers that I have in my phone. My first panic was someone leaked my phone number and I'm getting
And I need to change my
and
phone
I'm like,
number.
what's happening? Because I never answer numbers that aren't in my
Right, of
phone,
course.
right? And then one of them leaves a voicemail, and I'm like, what? And so I check the voicemail, and it's this guy being like, hey, this is so-and-so from Quicken Loans, and we're just calling about your inquiry and whatever. And I'm like, huh? And then they keep calling, and then someone else leaves a voicemail. It's like, hi, this is so-and-so from Lending Tree. We're just calling about. And I'm like, fuck. I
Oh
immediately,
my God.
Equifax hack. Like, my shit's been hacked again. People are trying to open mortgages in my name. I'm like, oh my God.
my God.
I call my dad. And I'm like, I don't know what. This is right when my parents are in the middle of evacuating.
Yeah.
I have to call my dad and be like,
He's like looking outside at a hurricane.
Yeah, I
He's like,
know.
oh, God, now?
I know,
I got to
exactly.
deal with this shit now?
I call my dad and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting all these calls, and he's like, you need to call them back and tell them it's not you and have them put an alert and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And as I'm talking to my dad, another one of these numbers calls in, and I'm like, Dad, someone's calling. I'm just going to answer this one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hello. And he's like, hi, is Mike there? And I'm like, no, look, this is a wrong number. I'm kind of freaking out. I've been getting a lot of calls from Lending over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like this is because of that Equifax hack. And he's like, no. Okay, hold on. He's like, I can explain this.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
You want a free house.
No. Yeah, right? He's like,
okay, this took a turn. All right.
He's like, here's what happens. He's like, when people go on websites like lendingtree.com or whatever, they fill out this form and they have to put on a phone number. And what happens is a lot of people know that if you put in this phone number, you're about to get 800 calls from different lending sites.
Gotcha.
Like I'm getting. So people put in fake phone numbers all the time.
Cool.
So someone just happened to nail whatever my cell number.
I would have freaked out.
And I'm like, are you
Are you
sure?
kidding me?
Yeah.
Getting mortgage people calling me
I
and being
know.
like, hey, we're talking about that mortgage you want to open. I'd be like, what the the fuck?
No, exactly. And so I asked him, I was like, but do you have other information? I'm like, do you get social security numbers or credit? He's like, no. The only information we get is the phone number, an email address, and a physical address. So we just know where you're trying to get the mortgage. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, does the email address have the name Allison in it? And he goes, not at all. And I was like, okay. So it just
also he said, hey, can I talk to Mike? That's
I know.
a good, you know what I mean?
I know. But still, I just didn't know how much of my information had been given.
Totally.
And I was like, all right, it does legitimately sound like someone just kind of like nailed my cell number.
So how do you?
So he's like, he goes, I'm going to put you on I'm going to mark that this is a wrong number and you won't be called by us.
Got it.
But because what Lending Tree does is it just shoots your info out to all different lending bureaus and they've just paid to see to get your info.
Interesting.
So I've been getting so many phone calls. Even this morning, some fucker called me at 8:15 in the morning and woke me up, and I wanted to be like,
did you answer?
It's Saturday.
Did you answer and be like,
well, no,
not
it just
me,
woke
dick.
me up, and I was just so angry. I was like, it's Saturday. Like, what? Why are you calling at 8:15 on a Saturday? Period. So I've already had 3 phone calls today where I had to be like, they're like, hi, is Mike there? I'm like, wrong number. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I've been getting this all day. They're like, oh, sorry. And I just realized I have to answer them all to tell them all it's all numbered so they'll stop fucking calling.
Yeah, because otherwise they'll keep fucking calling. Did you put is your number on the do not call list?
Of course it is, and I still get fucking calls all the time.
I know.
I even check every time I get a call from something where I'm like, you shouldn't have called me. I check the list to make sure I'm still on.
I know, yeah. That just happened to me the other day because I get this freaking I feel bad because so sometimes you can use like the Gmail filtering things where you can be like, I don't ever want to I'm not going to unsubscribe this, but I never want to hear from this whatever insert something that emails you.
Yeah.
I had one set up and then I realized that it's good, but it ain't great. And then I started looking and realizing, there are emails that I needed to see in this thing that are being archived in this weird way. So I was like, I got to take all that off. So I took all of it off. So I don't have any. I feel like the phone, like my iPhone, you can do the block this number.
Yeah.
So I do. So I get this call from this resort, vacation bullshit scam thing. I mean, it's not a scam. It's just I don't care.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be calling me because I've never gone to a vacation at some resort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This has never happened. So I've never actively asked them to call me.
Right.
But I keep blocking the number.
Yeah.
They keep changing the number and then calling me, and then I keep blocking. So I've got 50 blocked numbers, all from the same area code and prefix.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I know it's the same bank of phone shit, and they're just cycling through.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that bad for my phone? Every
bad
time
for your phone.
Yeah, because if you think about it, every time a number comes to my phone, the phone goes and checks it against my list of blocks and then decides whether it's going to give it to me or not.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Yeah.
And I'm like, is it bad to have 50 blocked numbers on my
I don't think
phone?
It makes a difference.
Well,
The only reason it would make a difference is if that bank of numbers can get recycled by someone else.
no, I get that.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, it's based on the whole email stuff and all that thing. I just am like, is it unhealthy for my phone? Meaning, it's got to do extra work every time somebody calls.
How does it block a number? Does it just not go through, or does it just send them straight to voicemail?
No, it doesn't go through. Doesn't get voicemail.
Oh, okay.
So they So number gets dialed.
Yeah.
It makes its way to my phone because
Right.
it's an iPhone thing, right?
Right.
So the number connects to my phone. My phone looks at the number and then looks against the list of numbers that I don't want anything to do with.
Right.
And if it's one of those, it just disconnects it.
Yeah.
It just goes, you don't get any access.
Okay,
So
got
you're worried
it.
about not getting calls you might be
No, I'm
wanting
just
to
worried
get.
I'm just worried that the fact that it has to do that every single time, if where's the break point? There has to be a break point, right? If I have
Okay.
a million numbers in that list, at a certain point my phone's going to explode.
Oh, okay.
So is the number 10,000 numbers, or
Right.
is that number 100 numbers?
Right.
Because they
When does the-
assume
when does the
somebody's going to
computer
block
break
3
down?
people. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Although all of this is moot because by the time this is out, just after this is released, we're going to have a whole new iPhone. So
That's
Right.
this Monday? They're
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday.
So right
live
after
stream.
this is released. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Supposedly there's
one of them is $1,200.
well, this is all
Jeez.
rumors and supposition, but also maybe. I
Good
mean,
Lord.
it's not that far off. I mean, the top end of these are already in the
Yeah.
$1,000.
You know what I mean?
Own yours? I forget. Or do you
Say
lease
who,
it?
what now?
Do you own yours or do you lease it?
I did. This is the first one that I did that process, and so this will be the first time I get to try the process of.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I give them this, they give me new.
Oh, okay, got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
And then I just keep theoretically paying the
Do you-
same amount.
Do
I
you
don't
like
know.
that? Because I always
have-
buy them, but now that they're super expensive,
I have.
it's nice
I mean,
to lease it.
well, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
My phone bill is fucking expensive
Why?
because I have all of it. I have like the full bore, unlimited, all you can eat
Yeah, but
data
I do too.
and
It's
all that
not
stuff.
expensive.
Mine's
Your
like
phone is like how big? How many gigs is that?
it's 128.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Mine's
but
too.
it's less about that and more about they don't do the unlimited plan on AT&T anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And so I'm grandfathered into that plan, and basically every time I
Oh.
talk to anybody, they're like, do not, like at AT&T, they say,
Yeah.
don't fuck with this.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, because it also like most unlimited plans now, they do the whole like, it's unlimited, but after 4 gigabytes, we will
Yes.
slow your speed down to a fucking crawl. Basically, it's not unlimited.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas AT&T's regular unlimited plan was like, why wouldn't we just have it be unlimited? And
Yeah.
then they were like, well, fucking horrible idea.
Yeah.
Because everything nowadays is shoot stuff down the internet to my phone, like
Right,
video,
right.
photos, like everything is like. I mean, you can stream like 1080p,
Yeah.
HD video.
Yeah.
It's not tons of data, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of data, and so their pipes are just like fucked. So they got rid of that plan. So anyway, so I'm still on that plan. So it's I mean it's like $160 a month or something like that for my phone. And then I was
Wow.
like, well, if it's going to be that, and also I have to rip off a $300-$400 check every time I want a new iPhone.
Right.
You do?
Yeah, well, whatever it is, if I was just going to go buy one and own it,
Like they
right?
even rip off a check. Like
Yeah.
someone actually pays for an iPhone with a check.
I'd be
these
like, do you
days.
guys take personal traveler's checks?
Yeah.
That's for you, Mr. Apple.
Yeah. Mr. Apple.
Mr. Apple, I have a few questions about your iPhone.
Yeah. iPhone.
iPhone. But so anyway, so I was like, I just did the numbers, and I was like, I'd much rather just have my bill be, because I think my bill before was like, I don't know, 130.
Right.
Now it's 160. Okay.
My bill's 80.
Yeah, but you get fancy. You don't have to worry about stuff.
I don't have to worry
You're
about
fancy.
stuff. I'm fancy.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain that.
I like that I don't have to worry about stuff because I'm fancy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, fancy people
fancy
rarely
people
worry
don't.
about stuff.
Yeah.
Tom knows.
I want to be. I don't.
Tom knows.
Oh, I know. I'm fancy. Super fancy. That's what you're saying.
I was implying it,
Yeah, thanks. You should
but I
see
feel
my
like
eye.
you're less fancy that you didn't catch it.
I was not listening. Still kind of waking up here.
Oh, God, I
Wake
hear
up,
you.
Tom.
It was a long Friday night.
I hear you.
know?
Friday night.
Friday
Lots of
night.
bourbon and
Ugh. I went-
Burbs.
Hey,
hip hop
yeah.
dancing.
You did hip hop
No,
dancing.
You
I
went
wanted to, though.
hip hop dancing?
No, I didn't do any dancing.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
Dance? I don't know.
They go,
Hey, kids, I'm here to hip hop dance with
we're
you.
gonna hip hop dance today, guys.
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
All right, let's get into some
We're
emails.
gonna
Yeah.
hip hop dance.
Shall we get into some emails?
Let's
Well,
get
I'm
some
glad that
emails.
you're not mortgaged. You didn't get a mortgage.
I'm glad I
on
did not get a
something.
mortgage. It's weird to be happy about not getting a mortgage.
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
In this case,
You don't
yes.
want a mortgage, trust me.
Ugh.
Man, I feel yes. It's mortgages.
Keep renting.
Right.
All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, this. Come on. Okay, ready for this? Ready. Half hour. What's the subject?
Half hour.
Half hour.
Okay.
Hello, Alex, Allison, and Tom. My name is David.
Hi, David.
Hi, Allison.
Yay!
And I am an avid knitter.
Ooh, a knitter.
I also create patterns.
Ooh.
I've been looking for a new project to
All
work
right.
on, and I have an idea for a half-hour happy hour scarf.
Scarf.
It would be a double-sided scarf with
Okay.
HHHH on each. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll make you scarves.
I totally want a scarf.
cool.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
So, David, yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. I want a
The
scarf.
answer
Free
is
clothes
yes.
with our
Free
logo
scarf.
on it.
By the way,
A scarf.
just wait till I wear my jaunty scarf out,
I know.
and it'll be basically ready in time for winter.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
sounds awesome.
So yes,
Thank you, David.
please.
I've never worn a scarf, so now I'm excited to actually try.
Interesting.
Oh.
Scarves are fun.
It'll
aren't
change
they?
up your whole look.
Yeah, you'll be Mr. Scarfy.
Mr. Scarf.
You'll be called Scarface.
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 Why hasn't that
using
been
that
done before?
somewhere.
I don't know.
Stealing that.
Oh, done. Tom's gonna be like, "Hello, honey, I'm going out, and I'm going out as Scarface."
Scarface. You can do that
It's
for
like,
Halloween.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, that's kind of an amazing Halloween costume.
Scarface.
To go as Scarface.
If people would be like, "What are you like?" Well, who's the
Say
not
hello
the
to my little
not
yarn.
the
What is it
shadow?
like? Shadow?
Yeah,
Oh,
the shadow.
shadows,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
You basically, that's you just have
Wrap up, so it's just your eyes showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then everybody would be like, "What are you?" And you're like, "I'm Scarface."
I'm Scarface.
What? Scarface.
But
You
what do
you put a scarf on your
do?
face? That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
And it just like sops up into all the scarves.
Ugh.
Oh.
I don't. There's something
Then you
about.
can just be mop face.
I don't like covering my face. Like even when it's
yeah.
like really cold,
Ooh.
I like put my head under the covers, and I'm like, I don't want to be in here for very long.
Are you? What's that word? When you don't
Claustrophobic.
Are you claustrophobic?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, guys.
Because you might not get on the
Listen.
bullet.
Yeah, all the hyper
Hyperloop.
stuff.
Ugh.
Hyperloop, better go very
That's
fast,
right.
cause I'm going to die.
Panic attack.
Yeah. If you're having a panic attack, jump. What?
What?
That doesn't make any sense. It's
No.
a tube.
Just try it.
It's
Just
a
try it.
tube.
It's a tip.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if they're gonna have there's so much about it. Like, are there windows? It seems like there's like lights, like rings of lights, so it looks like there's something to look
Right.
at. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Next.
Channing Tatum knee walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
This is from Elwin.
Hi, Ellen.
Howdy, 4-H crew. Elwin here. Allison. Hi.
Hey.
Speaking of Google.
Mhm.
Oh, speaking of Google.
Huh?
Shiko Kitten, Japanese knee walking, aka Tatum knee walk.
None of these words aren't making. Are you having a stroke?
No.
What?
He said Channing Tatum knee walk.
Okay.
Speaking of Google.
Speaking of
No,
Google.
speaking of,
comma.
with no comma, but there was speaking of, comma. Google Shiko Kitten.
We are being told to actively Google.
Yes,
Google.
Google.
Got it. Shiko
Kitten, Japanese knee walking.
Japanese knee walking.
AKA Tatum knee walking.
Tatum knee walking.
No, it doesn't hurt. You can find YouTube videos to teach your next boyfriend.
To do the knee walk.
Shiko.
Yes.
All right. I feel like
SHIKKO
KKO.
KITEN
Kitten.
Japan knee walking.
Japan.
You are welcome.
knee.
Also, hello, Alex and Tom. Peace out.
yo, hello. And
What's up?
peace out, yo.
And peace out.
I feel like, do you need to learn the video? It seems like it's pretty easy. I haven't seen what it looks like, but it sounds like it's easy.
It seems. Do you even need to look it up? Feel like it's
Okay.
pretty
Go on,
easy.
Shiko-
I have no idea how to do it. I've never seen it done.
Shiko
but knee
is-
walking sounds easy.
Shiko is SHIKO, not the way you spelled it.
But that's how he.
Okay, I'm just saying.
All
Then
right.
he was wrong.
But how's it look?
I
Is
don't.
he knee
I'm
walking?
pulling it. It's ads. Hold on.
It's ads.
His phones are
What?
ginormous.
Why is there ads for your knee walking? Yeah, you
this
need.
is like an 8
you
minute
need
long
a.
This is from
video.
2012, my phone.
You should get a. There's a thing called the future that we're
I
living
know.
in.
I don't
Yeah.
like the future.
Oh, he's like really. He's like this is how you do it properly. But I want to see him actually do it to see if this is.
I'm sure it's. I mean, it's knee walking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
Wow. So
This
it's
is-
actually a.
yeah.
This is amazing. Is this like a martial arts move?
Looks
Yeah.
less sexy there. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
martial arts move.
Yeah, it's a martial. I guess they're
Knee
saying
walking?
that's how Channing Tatum must have learned how to do it is from this martial arts.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, too much talking.
unaware he
Not
was a
enough
martial
knee walking,
artist.
dude.
Oh, I was like, all we do here is
No.
talk.
Sorry. What was
Guys,
that?
too much talking.
Wasn't talking to you
Not
guys.
enough
Be
knee
quiet.
walking. I was like,
Wasn't
okay,
talking
I'll
to
be
you
right
guys.
back.
This is an 8-minute long
Ow!
video. It's really going to take 8 minutes of the dude talking.
Well, it sounds like it's a little
Yeah,
more
it is.
complicated.
Thorough.
It's a little more complicated
Whoa.
than what Tom believes.
No, I
Right.
can still do it. Nope.
Nope, I'm gonna
Nope.
do it.
Guys, I work out. I can do anything
I work out.
physical.
I work out.
Yeah, I use my knees
work out.
in my workouts often.
Nice.
Often.
Knees are jacked.
My knees are jacked.
So pumped.
All
Veins on these knees.
right, shall we? Shall we get? He's just like, knee walking and your knees explode. You're like, God, I forgot I had so many veins on my knees.
Ew.
And then I scraped them across the ground. And so my veins
why?
opened
Okay,
up, and
can we
now I'm
not- this is the
spraying
worst.
blood.
Stop.
It's less sexy now. I guess it's less sexy.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get into an email with a
By
story.
the way, I don't feel like you have to search kittens in this either. You can just search Chico knee walking.
Kittens make
I
everything
don't know why
better.
kittens needed to
I think that's his last name.
Oh,
Chico kittens.
Kitten.
I don't know.
Kitten.
I don't know.
Anywho.
Anyway, whatever.
All right, this will be fun. Let's talk about
Yeah.
this. All right, here we go. Peppa Pig says spiders can't hurt you. Australia laughs.
Peppa Pig, yeah, the
What?
cartoon.
Peppa
It's a
Pig, the
PBS
cartoon, right?
cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, 4-H crew. My name is Art, pronounced Art.
Hi, Art.
Hi, Allison. I love your podcast, Allison, Alex, and SVT Tom. It never fails to make me laugh out loud. Apparently, Australia shares your collective aversion to spiders and agrees with Peppa's dad. Spiders are not your best friend. Our best friend, not even dick-biting spiders.
Wow.
As in the attached article states, almost 12,000 people in Australia were admitted to the hospital due to spider bites between 2000 and 2013.
Oh, well, it's
Wow.
13 years, 12,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about 1,000
1,000
people.
people
a
a
year.
1,000
year.
people a year.
Okay.
Still too many people.
But
Too many
overall-
people.
Even though
We won't
Peppa's,
rest until not one person is bitten by a spider.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One spider bite is too many.
It's too many.
sufficient.
That
For
is
this
the mission
planet.
of the half-hour happy
yeah,
hour.
exactly. Science. Peppa's entire family has tea with Mr. Skinny Legs.
Mr. Skinny Legs.
Dad Pig topples over backwards when Peppa brings him close to his face. Father knows best. Good on you, Art Thomas. So check this out. So here's the deal.
Okay.
So I guess the sort of controversy about this started in 2012.
Okay.
So Peppa Pig is the sort of kids educational program.
Great.
I think it's UK. And they had an episode where Peppa Pig meets a spider
Okay.
and befriends the spider
Okay.
and calls him Mr. Skinny Legs.
Oh, Mr. Skinny Legs. That makes sense.
They had to not air it in Australia
Because kids
because
wanted
they
to befriend
did not
spiders.
want to train kids that spiders were anything other than dangerous
Oh
as
my
fuck.
gosh!
spiders.
Because in Australia,
In Australia, they are. So,
That's funny.
yeah.
That's sad.
That's crazy.
In the episode, Peppa's brother George finds a spider and his family sink. George wanted the spider to be his friend. George and the
is an
spider. George likes spiders. George scoops up the spider, puts it in
likes
bed
Ooh.
in Peppa's dollhouse, like in the little bed.
Oh, adorable.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like there's no need to be afraid, blah, blah, blah. Well, it first drew fire. It was decided that it would no longer be shown in Australia in 2012 because of misleading spider info.
Misleading spider info.
Yeah.
Oh.
But here's the thing. The reason why it came back up is that they started doing reruns.
Right.
They started re-airing the old episodes
Pig.
of Peppa. And so they re-aired this episode in Australia.
And people
And
freaked
a mom wrote in and was like, you can't tell my child that,
that
like,
spiders are okay.
we have the most deadly spiders on the
Yeah.
planet. You cannot tell them that it's cool.
to pick up a spider and put it to bed in a dollhouse.
Yeah, and the best part is that the person there responded by saying, "Mr. Skinny Legs clearly looks like no spider, like does not look like a real
Really?
spider." But then it was like, you know what? This is too much.
Mr. Skinny Legs.
We're gonna
like,
take
yeah.
one kid getting bit by a spider and being like,
Is
"Mr.
one too
Skinny
many?
Legs, no!"
Is one too many?
I don't think Nick Jr. wants that on their heads.
Yeah.
So they've now said we're never gonna re-air that episode of Peppa Pig, and we actually got like 3 emails about this.
Oh, seriously?
Oh yeah, this is like a big.
my
This is
God.
like a big
People
thing.
know
Oh
us,
yeah, look
yeah.
at Mr. Skinny Legs. He looks like a very just basic drawing of a spider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's enough
Yeah.
because they were like, "That's bad, bad, bad. That's bad, bad, bad."
There you go.
I just
kids.
love that Australia has such a spider problem that they can't have a child's cartoon about a good
friendly
spider.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's sad. That
Oh.
to me that means too many spiders.
Do they air the Spider-Man movie?
Too many spiders.
Ooh,
Ooh, do they?
or Charlotte's Web.
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Charlotte's Web.
Spider-Man.
But none of those movies are about befriending humans, befriending
Friendly
spiders.
neighborhood Spider-Man. It's right
Yeah,
there.
but he's a Spider-Man because
It's right
he's bit
there.
by a spider.
It's right there. It says
He's
friendly.
misleading you.
Friendly spider is in that sentence.
Yeah.
Spider-Man will cut you.
Yeah.
If he gets a chance.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
In
Spider-Man will
Australia.
bite your dick off.
Yeah.
We all know that about Spider-Man.
That seems
We all know that about
Find him hiding in
Spider-Man.
your
a
outhouse.
little excessive.
I'm just saying. I just say it. I says it as I sees
Slightly
it.
excessive.
Just bite your dick off.
Just bite your dick off.
That'd be amazing.
That would not
Spider-Man
be
was just like, I'm fighting you, evil guy.
Arr!
I have no way to beat this. I'll just bite his dick off.
Gosh.
What?
Hey, it worked. I should do it all the time.
Yeah.
That guy
Yeah.
I should just go straight for the
ran away.
dick.
Straight.
Why am I fighting him with magic powers? I'm just gonna bite his dick
By the
off.
way,
Cut
that
that
was one of
man
those-
out. Easy.
that was
Quick.
one of those
Over. Fight
moments-
over.
That was one of the moments in Game of Thrones. We can talk about the finale of Game of Thrones now, right? Sure.
Yeah, I can, 'cause I don't care.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. But like
Which part?
when Theon gets in the fight and he wins the fight
yeah.
because the guy multiple times tries to knee him in the balls and he's like,
Yeah, which-
I don't have those anymore.
Well,
I
but-
was like,
Yeah,
I was
but-
like, really? That's like the victory point we're getting from
Yeah,
this.
I know.
But also, if you go back, they didn't actually cut off his balls. They cut off his
His
dick.
dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what they did?
Yeah.
Because that
You
was
guys watched
the
that
that was the
garbage.
like that was
Right.
like the fuck you. Like they didn't want him just to be a
Yeah,
eunuch.
so wouldn't he still be
So
sensitive?
he has testicles?
Well, my gut is that once the dick's gone, why do you have balls? You know what I mean? So
Like,
maybe he just was like,
They
I'm
shriveled
gonna go
up
ahead
and
and have
died.
that,
Yeah.
or I'm just gonna have the elective surgery to remove the balls as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it still hurt, though? Like, him getting kneed in the groin, don't you think? I mean, does it hurt to get you getting
Well, yeah,
kneed,
I mean,
kicked?
but the point is that I
The
think
point is that
it
he
wasn't-
thought that it was going to end the
it,
fight.
it wasn't
was
incapacitating.
just-
that.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
I still think it would.
It wasn't incapacitating. That's a good way to put
Yeah.
it. I don't know. It's probably has to do with vas deferens or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've studied genitals.
Best effort.
Anyway,
That's
Don't
like-
tell your wife that.
Hey-o. Hey-o.
Hey.
I should have said male genitals.
Oh.
All right. Next story.
Next story.
Next story.
This, by the way, I read this story and I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, goody.
We're at this place now.
Oh no.
The super rich
Oh god.
are injecting blood from teenagers
No.
to gain immortality.
No.
Awesome. And
If you're a millennial,
No.
you may have felt for a while that the older generations are out to suck you dry.
Yeah.
Well, they totally are.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, blood sucking appears to have become a whole lot more literal.
Yeah.
The super wealthy are now pumping themselves with the blood of young people in an attempt to prevent themselves from aging. Over 100 people have participated in a clinical trial
Oh.
at a San Francisco startup.
Yeah,
Shocker.
of course. It was on Silicon Valley this season.
I know, but
Forget.
I didn't know it was based on truth.
Right.
This is true.
Yeah.
Because on Silicon Valley, you're like, yeah, it does sound like something somebody would make up that rich people would do.
Right, right.
That does not sound like something that,
That
actual
actually
rich people
exists.
would do.
Yeah.
The startup is offering blood transfusions for older patients, each procedure costing $8,000, and sees the patient injected with 2.5 liters of plasma, the liquid element of blood that remains after other cells have been removed, taken from young people.
Right.
First off,
Hey.
how do you know it's taken from young people?
Right.
You just
Good
trusting
point.
these guys?
Yeah, I
looks
guess
like
that's
blood
what they're
from
doing.
young
And by the way, do they say like is it like a sperm bank where you go in and they go like it was a wise
Oh, right.
24-year-old male who was 6'7" and
Right.
blonde hair, blue
6'7",
eyes.
jeez. That's
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, because you're getting their genetics inside you.
Well, no,
Up
they
inside you, right?
pulled everything out,
Plasma's
so you're
different
just
than-
getting the plasma. Yeah, so the cells are all gone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Science, and
Yeah.
you're immortal.
I actually had dinner. I was at a dinner this week with like a group of people, and one of the guys there, his company works on, how did he phrase it? Curing aging or something like that.
yeah.
So, because basically no one dies of old age, like people say. People die because your body breaks down.
Right, yeah.
In various ways. And
Yep.
so his company is working on what do you do to the body to make it not break down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he was talking about how they've done this study in rats, and they put blood from the old rat in a young rat, and they put blood from a young rat in the old rat, and the old rat gets more vitality and like no longer has gray hair and stuff like that, and the young rat gets old looking.
All of a sudden, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, 8,000. Probably have to do it once every 6 months. All right,
No, like
let's do this shit.
it actually works in rats, but he didn't mention anything about it actually being done on humans right now.
So what are they saying then with these
Jeez.
trials? Are
Well, they
working?
haven't said anything. So the procedure is being offered as an experimental attempt to rejuvenate the elderly. The median age of the patients is 60 years old. Here we go. So Jesse Kurzman, 32, a Stanford-trained scientist who founded the U.S. clinic, told the Sunday Times that the initial results from his patients have been encouraging.
Encouraging.
As in they're not dead.
It could help improve things such as appearance or diabetes or heart function or memory. These are all aspects of aging that have a common cause. Yeah, because it's really interesting. Essentially, you're right. You know, the guy's right. Like the cells degrade over time,
right.
But if you can figure out a way to either A, rejuvenate those cells, or B, replace those cells with younger versions of themselves,
right,
then essentially you could stop the aging process.
Yeah. Which is freaky.
It is. It's really freaky. It's one of those things that like.
Man.
So what was that movie? You remember that movie that was like with like Justin Timberlake?
Oh,
that sort of like came out for a second.
Yeah.
In time.
In time, maybe
something-
could have
yeah.
been In Time or something like that.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
saw it.
I did too.
It's on TV.
Not great, but
Yeah.
but the concept was very interesting
I didn't
because
see it, but yeah.
essentially what happens is that everybody sort of gets like all currency is time.
Right.
So it's like you can trade time with people. People go to work to get time.
Right.
And then, you know, the ultra wealthy have like so much time.
Right.
Because then it sort of stops the aging process. Everybody sort of stops at like 22 or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they're sort of like
Yeah.
young self. And so like the parents and grandparents of the rich are all just 22-year-olds.
Right. They've
They've just been around a lot. You know, it's basically it's like pseudo vampires. But it also it hits that thing where you go, if we ever get to a point where we discover a theoretical cure for aging,
Right.
it is going to be fucking expensive, and only
Well-
rich people will have access to it.
And the thing
And
that
the problem is that then you're going to have all of these poor people that are just having normal life cycles.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, flash forward 500 years, what is a normal life cycle
Yeah.
when all the people who can afford it are still alive? It's just
Well, and
that
the-
to me
the-
is like a science
pretty much
fiction
it.
movie happening. You
the
know what I
discussion
mean?
we got into at dinner was what becomes of birth control, because if
Yeah.
no one's dying, we don't have the resources on the planet to have more people.
Well, but it won't be. But that's the key. It won't be.
Yeah.
No one's dying. It'll be
The
rich
poor
people
people.
are
Right.
not dying. The poor people are
But that
still
doesn't
dying.
mean people are going to stop having babies.
Yeah,
It
correct.
means like less people are dying.
well, and then it just becomes.
yeah.
Why are we on this one small rock
Yeah,
when
exactly.
there's lots of other rocks that could potentially be
Yeah.
cool to
Cool.
go hang out at?
Go check out those other rocks.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like dip your toe in another rock.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Dip your toe in another rock,
Yeah.
you guys.
wake up to a sunrise that isn't the sun that every human has ever woken up
That's
to.
so weird.
I know, right?
That is weird.
What is that sensation? I feel like we talked about it on the show, but what's the sensation that when astronauts see Earth from space for the first time, there's this
I think it's called scared shitless.
No, we definitely talked about it on the show, but there's a feeling that these astronauts get that like no human can experience.
Transcendence and
Something
I don't know.
there's something about this complete awareness of
The ball.
where
that is-
we are
yeah.
in this universe and what's going on. It's
Interesting.
There's
Let's
this
do
very
that. I wanna
specific name
feel
to
that.
feeling.
I
Yeah.
definitely want to go
Someone
to
throw
space,
me up in
man.
there.
Yeah.
All right, look.
I'll
I'm
just
gonna-
look down real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hands down in a cup, and then you stand on them, and I'm gonna throw up while you jump. And I think we're gonna get you to
Yeah.
have that perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we could maybe get this to happen. It's a moonshot,
Right.
but
You're
I think
at
we can do
least
it.
going to see over Alex's fence.
Right, good.
At best, gonna see over
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah. If all things go to plan, maybe you'll see over my fence.
Right.
Oh my God, that's amazing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, look, I think everybody who has ever lived is thought about, geez, wouldn't it be nice not to have to die?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
But-
the good news is that the way technology is going, and I feel like it's really weird. I wonder if everybody at the time that they were living on this planet felt like they were living in the most accelerated time
Right.
of technology.
Yeah,
I've thought
probably
about
because
that, yeah.
that's the truth.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, because that's
They
how it
are.
works. It's a
Yeah.
hockey stick, and if you're anywhere on it, it seems like shit's going up better than it was before. 'Cause
Right.
it's a hockey stick. But it really does
'cause
feel
it's
like
a hockey stick.
exponential curve.
Oh, got it. I was
Uh,
picturing us to be like a literal hockey stick, and I'm like, I don't. What do you mean? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, the hockey stick of the exponential curve.
yes, got it.
Alert.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Well, geographically,
Wow.
geometry, and
Lady.
geofacility. That's none of those
This
are
is
words.
good though. You had me.
Thanks, man. Tom was like, "Oh, geofacility." Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that
definitely.
from college. Anyway, yeah. But I feel like there's a world in which a lot of stuff, like the whole concept of robot bodies or
Right.
oh your
happen,
liver
man.
your liver exploded. Well, we'll
Downloading
just
our
give you a
brain to
liver.
the cloud. Yeah.
Downloading your brain to the cloud, which I'm super excited about. Although then there's that whole
uploading your brain
weird.
to the cloud. Yeah.
There's that whole thing of like if you move your consciousness if you copy your consciousness, which one of them will you be living?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, does your consciousness?
Yeah.
Does what I'm experiencing now
Well,
just
that's
all
like
of a
that
sudden now I'm the
fucked
guy
up-
in the robot body and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm the guy in
Right.
the robot body.
Well,
What's that guy doing?
There's that episode of Black Mirror where and this is like the beeline, but what they do to like run everyone's homes is you buy this really, it's like what the Amazon Echo is and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff. But they actually download your consciousness into the device.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the device knows exactly what you want, but they play it from the device's point of view because the device has to figure out that it's the device.
Yeah.
Because when the device first wakes
Yeah.
up, the device thinks it's the person.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
And the device
Right.
has like a complete fucking breakdown.
Yep.
And
That's
like
weird.
just realizes it needs to become this robot
Yeah.
to just not lose its fucking mind.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so
I
crazy.
want to see that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's a
Yeah.
great. Was that
It was the
that
Christmas
John?
special. It's the John Hamm episode.
Yeah, but there was like 3 episodes in that, right? Like that was one of the things.
no, it was one storyline, but it had these B lines that all wrapped into it.
Oh, right. That's
Yes.
what you mean by it was a beeline. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch that. That's a great episode.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
I think
true.
it's technically labeled as what was the most recent season? Season 4 or season 3?
I think it was season 3. Well, it's season 2 on Netflix, but I think you're right. There were 3 episodes in the UK that were the first season.
Yeah.
And then there was 3 more episodes that was the second season, but on Netflix
And then
it's
they
like
did this
season 1 is
Christmas
6.
special. So it's
Yeah.
like labeled as like
I don't know what it is. but
episode 1, season 3 or something. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
one with
yeah.
John Hamm. Just
Yeah.
find the one with John Hamm.
It's also
Dreamy
it's great. It's
John.
one of the
Yeah.
best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Or it's like The Prestige. You know what I mean? Where
That
like
I was
fucked
just
me up.
thinking that.
yeah.
All the time.
That was.
I think I've said this on the show, but that was one of those movies I saw it with my buddy John, and I so clearly remember this, where it was like 2.5 minutes before it's actually revealed in the movie what's going on. I went, oh my God, he's killing himself every day. And John
got
goes,
that?
what? Yeah.
Really?
It clicked. It
Yeah.
just clicked in my head, and I
girl.
was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I freaked
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's when I realized what it was. And then they confirmed it, and I was like, fuck.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, so creepy.
They're all like kept in those jars.
Ugh.
The worst.
And the best thing was that whole movie was he literally figured out how to teleport, like
And he was
how to
just
create a
sort of
teleporter, because
Yeah.
he was trying to, because he couldn't figure out the simplest answer to how the other person did it.
right.
Exactly.
Because
And
it's like the most
yes.
it's like the simplest answer. It's the
gotta see that
hardest,
again. Yeah.
but
Right.
it's like how, you know what I mean? Ugh,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Right.
Bonkers. Anyway,
Do we do
speaking
it?
of bonkers, I think we did a show.
We did it. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you want to email us, you can email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. Please subscribe to us and rate us and share us with your friends on whatever you listen to us on. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all that good stuff. I wonder, can you be like, hey, Alexa, play the Half Hour Happy Hour? Does that work?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Let's find that out.
We could do it in my kitchen.
Woo! All right, that is it for this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht, sitting in with us as always, the lovely and talented Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Thank you.
All right, people, have a good week.
Bye.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.